What's good with YouTube? Y'all already know Big Flacco with the convicts reaction where I'm gonna smash, dash, and react. Please hit that like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future fire content. So, a lot of the videos I've been dropping lately, I've let some of the critique come from some of you individuals that are most definitely pro Southsiders. I get it, you know what I mean? You gotta always rock with where you're from, and I don't dispute that. But you guys got to also call things what they are. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Okay, so I have nothing against any of these Southsiders, right? Like I said, I support a lot of Southside artists. I don't like, in particular, two artists. Plain and simple. And that's all I got to sit there and say. And I'm not going to keep on going over and over it. But someone pointed something out. And I like to be impartial. I like to be fair. I like to show that I'm not biased. And it's about that the Northerners said that they would destroy the Thizzler if Rowdy Racks and Lefty Gunplay came to perform. Now, I'm going to say this. Thizzler, I don't know who's it's ran by, but I'm going to assume it's not being ran by anybody that's a Northerner or Northaniel, but a lot of Northerners do their videos on there and do support it. Okay? Nobody should be able to dictate what anybody who isn't part of the Northern Collective. No Northerner has any say-so to tell any radio, podcast, or anything what they can and cannot do. Just like nobody should be telling Adam 22 what he can and can't do, the same thing should apply up north. So, if people are threatening to destroy the studio and all that, I don't know who said that. I don't know if these are trolls just trying to push that narrative in the comments, but if that was said, that's some coward-ass shit. If they want to choose to come up here and go on a podcast, then they should come up here and do what they do. Okay? But we all got to remember, especially Lefty, all the shit that he has talked, all the stuff that he's bumped his gums. That's upon him when he comes out here, what could or couldn't happen to him. People that are coming from up north are not talking shit about him or necessarily the Southsiders in general. Okay? And if they do, it's going to be its own little thing that they have to deal with on their own. But, like I said, people are putting too much emotions behind where someone's from geographically, what they represent. And the thing is this, whether you're a Southsider or Northerner, right? If you don't conduct yourself in accordance to how you should conduct yourself as a man, as a convict, as streets, then you don't deserve to have the support from your own gente. See, I don't believe in supporting bad behavior. Okay, so if someone's misbehaving, misrepresenting themselves, it shouldn't be a podcaster like me or anybody else from up north that's calling out Lefty Gunplay when he says some fucking stupid ass shit or when he disrespects the north. It shouldn't be a podcaster like me that has to sit there and call out Bozo when he calls out and says straight fucking lies that many Southsiders that have done time know is bullshit. I've had some active Southsiders get at me talking about when Lefty said fuck North Day, they shook their head because anybody that's an active Sureño, not a Southsider, knows better than to conduct themselves like that. And they've never seen a Sureño act like that. But I shouldn't be the one that has to put out a video like that. You have to hold your own accountable. Okay? If you hold your own accountable for the shit that they do, you're not going to have people call you out on it. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit that I've been supportive of some of the active Northern rappers that have started to clap back a little bit because it's been an ongoing thing that's happened for like the last 18 months. And the majority, like I said, the Southside artists and podcasts don't even take those shots. Let's just keep it real. It's just a few select individuals. Okay? But this Thizzler thing, if it's true, it's a bad look. If men come up or go down south or go up north with respect to do whatever bidding they have and to promote their brand, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Is it really worth fucking some get out or fucking bodies dropping? Let's just be honest here. All it is just fucking entertainment and people running their mouth. But let's remember, sometimes running your mouth does have real life consequences, and that's what people need to fucking remember. That's why, like I said, when he opened those doors, the way in which he did, right? People got behind him because, like, look, he has the backing of LA, everybody says, right? But people need to calm on his shit, man. There's so much fucking shit that ain't right. We all know that nobody's really saying nothing about. That it's hard to respect him based upon that. Okay, you know, it's just like the situation with Bozo. Bozo's antics have got a little bit more elevated since you've had Lefty running his mouth as well. Now, like I said, just because you have Lefty and Bozo doing this shit doesn't mean those from up north should be doing the same shit. I didn't agree with Rico Too Smooth doing that video diss because I think that was a little bit too personal. Even though Chito Ranas opened the door, two wrongs don't make a right, and I've said that from the gate. But you always gotta look who's always the ones that are instigating it. You know, from the shirts on and all that shit. You know, the shirts with dead homies and this and that. There's been a lot of fucking instigation in all this shit, man. Now the Thizzler thing, who is saying that this is what's being said? I have yet to hear any one person from Northern California say this. So because somebody from this podcast or that podcast says it, I'm supposed to hold it as true? Show me the proof. Show me who said it. And if someone did say it, I'm going to sit there. I'll tell you like that. That's a bullshit move on their part. Straight up. I've had a couple people get at me like, hey, Flox, we used to support you because you were not biased and you were fair across the board. But now, like, they think that I'm taking hate towards the South. It's like, man, check it out. You don't see me saying that about Young Dopey, Bodachi, all these other cats that are rapping, right? Because they haven't done anything to be disrespectful towards any group. They haven't done any of that. So because I'm calling out two individuals, one of which their praying becomes the South Side savior in LA, right? Which is Lefty Gunplay. I can't help it. The things that he did. The lies that he said, he lied. The cowardice ass move he did that. The fucking going off on a bitch on TV, he did that. All that stuff he's done, not me. The dry stitching on himself and his homeboys, he did that. I didn't do it. Now, it's up to those from down south to call him on it. I think that I think that there'll be a lot more respect if someone actually who really has a name down south calls him on what he's done and keeps it 100. And it gives him the fucking opportunity to fucking fix it. But until people do it, right, like I said, you're going to have those that when you see something that ain't fair, that ain't right, like myself, you're going to talk all this shit about Northern California, but look at all this fucking shit you've done. Of course I'm going to call somebody on it, man. My roots are in Northern California. Doesn't mean I have any hate towards the South, but I don't forget where I come from. Speaking on something when it's not wrong doesn't mean I'm having any hate towards the South. Doesn't mean I'm disrespecting the South. These are all situations that are true. And yes, from time to time, when you have a faceless name and you're disrespectful in the comments and you drop something with no substance but run your mouth, you know what I'm saying? Of course I'm going to delete that comment. But if you put your name behind it, your fucking, basically your hood and all that, and you're going to put it in the comments, well, I'll leave it so your big homies can see it. Because a lot of you guys know right is right, wrong is wrong. It's as simple as that. Just like if any Northerner is acting in any way like how these individuals have, I'm going to call them on their shit. Straight up. Just like someone brought it up in the comments about the Thizzler situation. If the North got like that, that's totally wrong. No one's supposed to dictate what the next man or group does. Right? When you start to do that, that's what you call oppression. You're oppressing another group or individual from doing what they want to do. And so everybody wants to be like they're on this fucking straight righteous fucking tip, and let's not start trying to oppress what the next group can do. Adam 22 can do what he wants to do, and Thizzler can do what he wants to do. Just like you could choose to support them or not. That's your choice. With that said, this is Flacco from A Convict's Reaction. I'm gone.